something. Brown University doesn't do regular tours or nothing.
Alright, so I checked out the inside, and the park ranger was actually in there and gave a lot of insight as to who Roger Williams is. So I already knew that he was a founder of Providence. What I didn't know was that he was a preacher. He was born in 1603 is what the video told me, and he was the original person that decided that he wanted separation of religion and state. So he was very progressive in that manner to where Massachusetts actually banned him. He could not go to Massachusetts. But when he got banned from Massachusetts, he fled. He left his family behind because you can't really take your family out into the wilderness in a brand new America. So he left them behind, unfortunately, and came across some Indians, which is the Narragansett Indians, and two other tribes, things like the Suwannee and something else or something like that. No, it's not going to be the Suwannee, that's further south. But he ran into like 3 different tribes, and he traded, and they gave him access to what is the Narragansett Bay. So, sorry if I'm butchering any of the, there's some stuff going on in the world. Sorry if I'm butchering any of the names over here, but they are kind of weird. So they gave him access to that bay, and he named it Providence, because for 14 weeks he had no food, no bed, nothing that he had access to. He had to fight for everything until he came here, started trading with the Indians, and actually getting pretty much a start to an established society. And one of the things also, the reason why he was kicked out of Massachusetts is because he told them that the land that we were taking did not belong to us. It actually belonged to the Indians. And the English didn't like that because they were trying to colonize the entire area, as we are now. But him, he wanted fair trade with the Indians, pretty much in order to be able to use their land. So he was willing to work with them. And during some of the wars and some of the battles, he actually became a negotiator and an interpreter for the English to the Indians, which in and of itself is also pretty awesome. So that's a pretty good little insight into who he actually is. And I heard that there's a well out here that is like the original well site that he had to access water as well. So I'm trying to find that. There's something down here. This has crops. So let's see what these crops are all about. Is this, oh no wait. It's not just crops. I think this is the well. It's in this little kind of cemented off area, and you have this down here, but there's a grate. So, oh, it's a real bird. You're not fictional at all. You're adorable. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Are you gonna be my friend? Are you gonna let me read the board and not fly away? Alright, so. He's really, oh, no, don't fly away. I don't want to scare, no! I wasn't getting closer to you. But, so you got a grate here, and I think that's the original well, and I think they recreated it over here. So I think original, recreation. But we have this placard here as well. Yep, the Wellspring of Providence, a freshwater spring, attracted Roger Williams to this site and anchored the community. And one thing that I read at a different placard somewhere over here yesterday is that they actually gave the properties a narrow property line so that everybody had access to the river as well, which is freaking cool. So we got a well right here, which would probably be the original. Got a pipe in there also though. That's probably the original. Meanwhile, got this mount on my... Hey, I'm back, buddy. Sorry. I'm sorry. He just pooped. I'm sorry, I just want to look down the... Oh, ew. Alright, so... Remember that homeless population that I brought up earlier? Pretty sure that they did that. But, other than all the trash that's on the inside of that, very well maintained. Was not expecting to see all that food and garbage. Okay. See, they got trash cans everywhere over here, though. That's what I don't understand. Also, let me know about the coloration of this footage, because I'm actually using a different setting. And I adjusted the darkness a little bit, just so it has a little bit more of a natural lighting. Because, yes, it is about to rain. I can feel it in the air. Well, I can't feel it in the air. It did get cooler, which up north I figure it gets cooler, it's gonna rain. Kind of like with Florida, if it gets really humid and you can't breathe because you're drowning in it, then it's about to rain. I'm gonna try and find some more placards. I'm just trying to avoid other people in the park and everything so that I don't disturb them while they're enjoying their time as well. But I'm trying to find that. So this is it right here. In 1636, Williams and the Narragansett tribal leaders and sachems of Canonicus and Mayantono, sorry, it's a hard name to pronounce, negotiated for the land that became Providence. So they negotiated for it all so that it was kind of like a fair trade for the land. It was kind of like him paying rent, or even like just paying off his house or something like that. But the way that they built these houses and everything, everybody had access to the bay, which I think is very cool. It was pretty much like an equal opportunity situation, so everybody had a good chance of making it work over here. Now, the park is pretty big, at least for my standards, and I mean they have multiple parks in Providence, so that's just impressive within itself. And then they have sculptures and little artworks and whatnot, like that bench back there. You have a sculpture up here of some local artists. Let me show that to you. So you have this thing. What it is? It's just writing. What does it say? Well, I think that says individuality. Can't read crooked, guys. That one's upside down. It's a very cool park to be able to check out, so if you all have the time and you're in the area, definitely stop by for like 10 minutes. Talk to the National Park Ranger. Get some information on the history of this place, because it's pretty cool, it's pretty unique, and all the states basically followed after Roger Williamson's model for having a separation of religion and state. So that in itself is worthwhile in my opinion, especially as a history nerd.